Okay, so I want you to just close your eyes for a second. Picture the Central Valley of California. We're talking about the outskirts of Bakersfield. It's late August.
Oh, that heat.
That heat. If you've never been there, you can't really, you can't understand it. It's not just a temperature.
No, it's a weight. It's oppressive.
It's a physical weight. Exactly. It just pushes down on you. And out there, you have these almond orchards, thousands of trees in these perfect military rows. And they create these long, shadowy corridors that just, well, they hide everything.
Or where people go to make things disappear.
Exactly where we are today. But the thing about this case, the thing that really gets me, it isn't just the brutality of the crime.
No, it is brutal.
It is. But it's who planned it.
Yeah.
We aren't talking about a career criminal or, a gang hit. We are talking about an elementary school principal.
And that's the terrifying irony, isn't it? We think of spousal murder as this loss of control, a crime of passion.
A snap judgment.
Right. But this feels different. This feels like a crime of education. Like she treated the murder of her husband like a final exam she'd been cramming for.
Today we are doing a deep dive into the murder of Todd Chance and the absolutely twisted path that led police to his wife, Jenea Chance. We're going to walk through this perfect marriage that was rotting from the inside.
And the reveal, I mean, if you saw this reveal in a movie, you'd roll your eyes.
You would. You'd say it was too on the nose.
Because her blueprint for murder didn't come from the dark web. It came from a tourist attraction in Las Vegas.
We will absolutely get there. But first, to really understand this, we have to understand the players.
Yeah.
So Bakersfield, 2013. Let's talk about the victim, Todd Chance.
Todd is, well, he's the guy you want as your neighbor. 45 years old, truck driver. But everything I've seen points to one major thing. He was a dedicated dad. And not just in the biological sense. When he met Jenea, she was already a mother. And Todd didn't just date her. He stepped up. He raised that little girl like she was his own flesh and blood. That takes a certain kind of person.
Absolutely. The good guy. A gun enthusiast, sure, but a protector.
Yeah.
And then you have Jenea Chance. And her story is actually one of, incredible grit.
It really is. Life did not hand her anything. She was a young single mom at 22. And the context there is just heartbreaking. She was betrayed by her high school sweetheart.
He cheated on her while she was pregnant.
Yeah. That has to leave a massive scar. It creates this deep-seated fear of humiliation, of loss. So what does she do? She hardens up. She works 3 jobs to put herself through school.
Wow.
She was a cashier at a pharmacy when she met Todd. And from there, she just rockets upward. Teacher, administrator, then principal of Fairview Elementary. She is intelligent, respected, and totally in control.
So by 2013, on paper, they are the American dream. A beautiful home, a high income, mostly hers luxury vacations. But the foundation is cracking.
And the crack starts about a year before the murder, in 2012. Todd starts reconnecting with people from his past on social media.
Specifically an ex-fiancé.
Right.
And this wasn't just, hey, how you been? Police recovered the messages. It was flirty texts. It was nude photos being exchanged.
And he actually asked to get back together with her.
He did, explicitly. Now, put yourself in Jenea's head, the principal. The woman who was humiliated at 22, now she's built this fortress of a life, and here's her husband trying to blow it all up.
A repetition of that trauma.
And the twist is, the ex-fiancé actually shut him down. She said, no, you're married, but I guess for Jenea, the damage was done. The intent was there.
Exactly. The trust is gone. But this brings up the question, why murder? She's successful. She's the breadwinner. Why not just divorce him?
That's the logical path, right?
It is.
But logic goes out the window when greed steps in.
It's a cold calculation. If they divorce, she's the higher earner. In California, she is likely paying him significant alimony. She loses half of everything.
Her whole world gets cut in half.
But
yeah,
if Todd dies, she keeps the house. She keeps the pension. And she collects on a $250,000 life insurance policy.
So it's a choice between financial ruin, in her eyes, or a $250,000 payday.
And she chose the money.
Let's go to the morning of August 25, 2013, a Sunday. It's already sweltering. Jenea tells police that at 7:30 a.m., Todd leaves the house in his black Ford Mustang, his pride and joy. She says he's heading to a gun show.
And this is a crucial detail she plants right away. She says he took a specific gun with him to sell, an old .38 caliber revolver.
But Todd never makes it to a gun show. About an hour and a half later, around 9 a.m., a farm worker is cutting through those almond orchards we talked about, and there, lying in the dirt, is Todd Chance.
The scene is violent. He's been shot twice in the chest, But there's a third wound, a shot through his hand.
A defensive wound.
A classic defensive wound. It means he saw the gun, he saw who was holding it. This was close range, it was personal.
So police arrive, and immediately things feel off. Todd still has his wallet. Cash inside.
So robbery is off the table, right away. You don't execute a man and leave his cash. But then they find his cell phone. It's lying in the dirt about 40 feet away.
40 feet, like someone tossed it.
Exactly. It feels staged, like someone was trying to make it look like a scuffle, a mugging gone wrong. But then why leave the wallet? It doesn't add up.
And then the biggest piece of the puzzle shows up. The black Mustang. It's not at the orchard. Police find it parked in southwest Bakersfield.
And this is a neighborhood known for high crime. It's the kind of place you dump a car if you want police to think, oh, this was a random carjacking. It's camouflage.
But the killer makes a huge mistake. Police approach the Mustang. It's unlocked. The keys are on the floorboard. And sitting right there, plain as day on the seat,
Is the gun.
is that missing .38 revolver.
This is what profilers call overstaging. It's almost insulting. Think about it. If a criminal kills a driver, are they going to leave the car unlocked with the murder weapon just sitting there?
No, never. A criminal takes a gun. A criminal strips the car.
Leaving it there is a desperate attempt to say, look, he brought the gun, just like I said, and some bad guy used it. It's a neon sign pointing to a setup.
So now police have a body, a staged crime scene, and a widow. They go to Jenea Chance. And I want you to imagine sitting across from her. She's not hysterical. She's the principal, composed.
She plays the role perfectly. When detectives ask about the gun, she offers the information. Oh, Todd took a .38 with him. Is that what you found? She's trying to control the narrative.
Then the alibi check. Where were you, Mrs. Chance, between 7:30 and 9 a.m.?
And she says, I was home on my computer. I had work to do.
Sounds solid, right? A principal doing work on a Sunday. But the FBI gets a hold of her computer. They analyze the logs, and guess what?
Nothing. Silence. The computer was inactive. It was off or asleep during the entire window she claimed she was working. Her digital alibi just evaporates.
So she lied. But proving she lied isn't proving she pulled the trigger. They needed to place her with that car. And this is where the Phantom appears on CCTV.
This footage is the stuff of nightmares because of how calm it all is. At 9 a.m., right after the car's abandoned cameras catch a figure walking down the street.
And it's bizarre. It's 100 degrees outside, and this person is wearing a bulky, oversized jacket, a baseball cap pulled way down low.
Brisk. It's gender neutral, could be a man, could be a woman, but the walk is brisk, purposeful.
This figure walks straight into a Starbucks. Can you imagine the audacity? You've just staged a murder scene, dumped the car, and you walk into a Starbucks.
Goes straight to the bathroom. 5 minutes later, the door opens and the bulky figure is gone. The person who walks out is wearing a totally different outfit, light clothes, the hat is gone.
And witnesses and the video confirm it's a woman. Police realized the bulky figure had tucked long blonde hair up into that baseball cap. It was a disguise.
And look at her behavior. She doesn't run. She grabs a drink. She walks out and she just blends in. It's incredibly cold. She just did a costume change in a public bathroom minutes after a murder.
She almost got away with it, too. But CCTV from a hardware store across the street catches her dumping the disguise behind some stacks of soil bags.
The discard. Severing the tie.
But here's the tragic part. By the time police saw that footage and raced over, the trash had been collected. The clothes were gone.
Wow. That is a massive blow to the investigation. Without the jacket, with gunshot residue, the hat with her hair, it's all circumstantial. They know it's her, but can they prove it?
They needed something that tied her directly to that Mustang. Jenea had told police over and over, I never drive Todd's Mustang. That's his baby. I don't touch it.
Which is such a bold claim to make because forensics doesn't care about your stories. The team went over that car with a fine-tooth comb, and they found it.
What'd they find?
A single clear fingerprint on the back door, Jenea's, and then on the gear shift, her DNA.
And the defense attorney would say, she's his wife. Of course her DNA is in the car.
Right, the spousal access defense. But remember, she specifically went on record saying she never drove it. So why is her DNA on the gear shift? Why is her print on the door? She backed herself into a corner with her own lies.
Police arrest her. But get this, the DA is hesitant. They actually release her after 5 days.
It's the circumstantial problem. They have a failed alibi, a figure on a camera that looks like her, and DNA in a car. But they don't have the gun in her hand. The DA needed the how. How does an elementary school principal turn into a forensic expert overnight?
And this brings us to the most chilling revelation of the entire case. Investigators are digging through everything. Old photos, vacation records, and they find a photo of the Chance family on a trip to Las Vegas. They're at the MGM Grand.
And they are standing in front of an attraction called CSI The Experience.
Okay, so lots of people go to this. It's a tourist trap. You go in, you solve a fake crime.
Right. But investigators looked into the specific scenarios that were running at the exhibit when Jenea was there.
Don't tell me.
And this is where your jaw hits the floor. One of the scenarios, the specific one they went through, involves a woman who kills her husband and dumps his body in a remote location.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me she didn't just watch the TV show. She went to a literal interactive exhibit and walked through a simulation of the exact crime she was planning.
It wasn't a game to her. It was a tutorial. Think about it. She learned about DNA transfer. She learned about changing clothes to avoid gunshot residue. She learned about staging a body to look like a robber.
She's taking notes. She's treating it like professional development.
She thought she was learning how to commit the perfect crime. And she learned well. She wore the disguise, she staged the car, but she forgot the golden rule. Every contact leaves a trace.
Her DNA on the gear shift. Her fingerprint. The digital silence of her computer.
You can't control everything, and it just shows the level of premeditation. This was a woman who studied, planned, and waited for the opportunity to execute what she learned in Vegas.
It took years to build the case. She wasn't officially arrested again and charged until 2016. That's 3 years she spent walking free.
3 years she spent as the principal, probably thinking she'd outsmarted everyone, and she maintained that facade the entire time. She never cracked.
The trial finally concluded in 2020. The prosecution laid it all out. The infidelity, the greed, the failed alibi, the DNA, and that chilling preparation at the CSI exhibit.
And the jury saw through the act. They didn't see a grieving widow. They saw a narcissist who valued her pride more than her husband's life.
The verdict came back. Guilty. First-degree murder.
Yeah.
And her reaction in the courtroom. Nothing.
Stoic to the end. It fits the profile perfectly. Someone who can compartmentalize enough to teach kids their ABCs and plan an execution. That mask is welded on tight.
She was sentenced to 25 years to life. She'll be 74 before she is even eligible for parole in 2041.
It's just a tragedy on all sides. Todd is gone. Jenea is in prison, and the daughter Todd raised, she lost both parents. One to the grave, one to a prison cell.
So as we wrap this up, what are we left with? Why does the story stick with you so much?
For me, it's the violation of trust. We trust educators. We trust principals. They are the definition of safe. To see that capacity for cold, calculated violence behind that face, it's unsettling.
It's the darkness within the ordinary. Jenea Chance wasn't a monster hiding in the shadows. She was the woman checking you out at the pharmacy. She was the woman running the PTA meeting.
And she was the woman studying a murder exhibit in Las Vegas. Not for fun, but for future reference.
I want you to picture those almond orchards in Bakersfield one last time. The heat is still pushing down, the dust is still settling, and they just stand there, silent witnesses. It makes you wonder, as you drive past those quiet fields, what else is buried out there?
And it makes you question. When you look at the people in your life who seem to have it all together, what would it take for them to break the rules?
That's it for this deep dive. Stay safe, stay curious, and maybe keep your eyes open. We'll see you next time.